Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Hafler and this is my Screen-o-matic for this week's assignment. As far as background info goes, the 2011 National Scorecard uses 42 indicators within 5 dimensions of health system performance: healthy lives, quality, access, efficiency, and equity. The scorecard compares U.S. average performance with benchmarks drawn from the top 10% of U.S. states, regions, health plans, hospitals, and other top-performing countries. The 2011 scorecard finds the U.S. as a whole scores 64%, which is down from 65 in 2008 and 67 in 2006. For this assignment, I looked at access, which organizes indicators into 2 groups: participation and affordability. Access has shown a deterioration with a score of 67 in 2006, 57 in 2008, and finally 55 in 2011. Specifically, when looking at percent of adults aged 19 to 64 with any medical bill problem or outstanding debt, the percent went from 34% in 2005 to 40% in 2010. I apologize, this is the visual from the chart pack of that chart. Here on the left you see in 2005 it was 34%, and in 2010 it was 40%. In terms of improvements, efforts have been made by the U.S. government to create legislation that protects consumers from large out-of-pocket and surprise medical expenses. From 2009 to 2019, the U.S. went from only a handful of states to 27 states having laws protecting consumers from large out-of-network expenses. Federal legislations that are still moving through Congress to set a limit on what hospitals, doctors, labs, and other healthcare providers can charge for out-of-network care and make healthcare providers and insurers deal directly with each other when there's a dispute about payment. While legislations have been passed to protect consumers, there are still 23 states who do not have these protections for their populations. Additionally, the federal legislations are still caught up in bipartisan debate and squabble, with little actually being accomplished. Healthcare costs are still rising, insurers are still creating restrictive network plans, and people are still bearing a high share of their cost of care. According to one survey, 4 out of 10 insured Americans reported receiving a medical bill within the last 2 years from a provider, hospital, lab, etc. that they believed was covered by their health insurance and wasn't. Within ChartPack, they use quality indicators. Participation is assessed through 2 indicators: adults ages 19 to 64 insured all year, not underinsured, and adults with no access problem because of cost. Affordability is assessed through 3 indicators: persons under 65 living in families with low out-of-pocket spending for medical care and premiums relative to family income, persons under age 65 living in states where premiums for employee-sponsored health coverage are less than 50% of under 65 median household income, and adults aged 19 to 64 with no medical bill problems or medical debt. What I am requesting of you today in this congressional committee is to pass a health policy legislation on a federal level that would protect an individual's access to medically necessary health care providers out of insurance's network without massive medical bills. Individuals have the right to receive needed medical treatment without fear of going into extensive debt. Rather than celebrating that 27 states have legislation such as this, I would like to see all 50 states become equally protected. Here are my references used, and I hope you enjoyed.